The Ladakh protests of 2025 were driven by long-standing grievances following the reorganization of Ladakh as a union territory without a legislature in 2019, after the abrogation of Article 370. The protests, which turned violent in September 2025, were primarily led by the Lee Apex Body, LAB, and Kargil Democratic Alliance, KDA, with significant youth involvement, often described as a Gen Z revolution. Here are the key factors that led to the protests. 1. Demand for statehood. Ladakhis sought full statehood to gain legislative powers, as the current union territory status places them under direct central rule via a lieutenant governor, leading to a perceived democratic deficit. Locals felt this structure denied them self-governance and accountability, with bureaucrats making decisions without local input. 2. Inclusion in the Sixth Schedule. Over 90% of Ladakh's population is tribal, and protesters demanded inclusion under the Sixth Schedule of the Indian Constitution, which provides autonomous governance through autonomous district councils, ADCs. This would protect land, jobs, and cultural identity from external exploitation, particularly fears of land grabs by outsiders and unchecked industrialization. 3. Land and job security. The loss of safeguards after the 2019 reorganization fueled concerns over outsiders purchasing land and taking local jobs. Protesters demanded restrictions on land ownership and a public service commission to ensure fair, local recruitment, addressing youth unemployment and migration. 4. Additional parliamentary representation. The LAB and KDA called for a separate Lok Sabha seat for Kargil and a Rajya Sabha seat for Ladakh, arguing that the current single parliamentary seat was insufficient for representing the region's diverse needs. 5. Unfulfilled promises and delayed talks. Frustration grew over the central government's failure to fulfill 2019 promises, including Sixth Schedule inclusion and delays in negotiations. Talks with the Ministry of Home Affairs, ongoing since December 2024, were seen as stalled, with the next meeting scheduled for October 2025, prompting accusations of government inaction. 6. Trigger for violence. The protests, initially peaceful, escalated on September 24, 2025, in Lee after a shutdown call by LAB's youth wing. This followed the hospitalization of 2 elderly hunger strikers on September 23, which sparked outrage among youth, leading to violent clashes, arson, including the burning of a BJP office and a CRPF van, and police firing that killed 4 and injured dozens. Activist Sonam Wangchuk, who ended his 15-day hunger strike after the violence, described the unrest as a youth-led outburst, though he condemned the violence as damaging to the cause. 7. Geopolitical and cultural context. Ladakh's strategic location near China and Pakistan heightened demands for local governance to ensure stability and trust. Protesters also emphasized protecting the region's fragile ecosystem and unique cultural identity, which they felt were threatened under centralized control. Political tensions also played a role, with the BJP alleging Congress instigation, while Wangchuk and others pointed to government inaction and unfulfilled promises as the root cause. The protests reflected deep frustration over governance, economic marginalization, and cultural erosion, culminating in the violent unrest of September 2025.